White House. How exactly is Donald Trump getting his information? After last week's nonsensical tirade, the one where he insisted the Soviets' invasion of Afghanistan in 1979 was the right thing to do, perhaps a more important question is someone trying to feed him pro-Russia talking points. The panel's still here. It strikes me, Matt Miller, that the biggest, I play a lot of Clue and mystery with my 7-year-old. The biggest, clue flashing out there is that Donald Trump can't stay on message for any of the so-called guardrails in the U.S. government. How does he nail the specifics of the Kremlin spin on the 1979 invasion of Afghanistan? How does he carve out and nail the specifics of what the Russians would like the United States to do vis-a-vis NATO? How does he carve out and really pinpoint exactly what the Russians would like an American president to say and do?
It is an extremely perplexing question, and it's kind of two parts. I think on the one part is, if he's always faced with a binary choice, take the pro-Russian position or take the anti-Russian position, he's always going to choose take the pro-Russian position. We've seen that for, I think over 3 years now since deep early in the presidential campaign, where he started kind of, railing against NATO in a way that we hadn't heard from a mainstream presidential candidate before. But then the second point, which is kind of the heart of your question, I don't think anyone has a good answer yet, which is how does he have these very specific talking points that you wouldn't expect anyone outside the Kremlin to really know? I heard what Chuck Rosenberg said on the show last week. I think I have to agree that at some point, we know that the special counsel is looking at whether there was coordination between the Trump campaign and the Russian government with respect to interfering and shaping the outcome of the election. But there is a bigger underlying question that has always been there, which is at some point, is the president in the pocket of the Russian government? And we've never gotten the answer to that. But the question, he continues to raise the question all the time by this very strange behavior where he seems to know, the president who doesn't know anything about foreign policy seems to know very specific things about Russian preferences in foreign policy.
Yeah, both nodding.
I mean, the best that I can give is that, look, we all know that our president